No, they're not your friends, but they'll pretend to be.
9 o'clock. This is Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Today is Thursday, which means TNF. Thursday Night Football. Make sure you get your picks into the Red Zone Challenge, brought to you by Donahue Truck Centers and Fred Bruin, the Central Coast Realtor. $500 cash could be yours at the end of the season. We're giving away a trip to Hawaii, and we've got $25 that we give away every week. Donald from Creston picked it up this week. He's our MVP guy, and 4 times a day we'll play his favorite band. It's actually Bob Marley. You'll probably hear some Bob Marley, maybe some Bob Marley and the Wailers. Got to get your picks in tonight. Very interesting scenario. How is it going to break out today, Jeff, now that we know that the 49ers receiving corps, some of them have contracted COVID, and they're supposed to play the Packers tonight in Santa Clara. Okay. Too many Santas. Santa Clara in Thursday Night Football. Do you think this game is going to happen?
Yeah, I think they should just move it down to Santa Barbara, though. Just to cover all the Santas. Santa Margarita? Any takers?
Oh, where's it really going to play? At the ranch? It is 13,000 acres.
Santa Maria?
They could put a stadium there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this game for the Niners, and none of it is good. You are down your quarterback. You are down your most of your running back crew. You do have literally a practice squad player that is starting. But, see, the Green Bay Packers are really bad at defensing the run. They're the worst in the league at defensing the run. So maybe your receiving core going down is not that bad because they're one of the best in the league at defensing the wide receiver or the receiving core. And nobody's going to be available to catch passes. Is Brandon Ayuk is out. Deebo Samuel was out anyways, but he has also now got COVID, or he's been landed on the COVID watch list because of his being around Brandon Ayuk. And then there's the third one that is out as well. And his name is slipping me right now. Oh, my God. What is his name? Hunter something? Or I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
I mean, he's literally the third best option on the San Francisco 49ers on a regular basis. And that's a team that doesn't have strength at wide receiver. You have a backup quarterback tonight, and you have no George Kittle, who is your main outlet for a backup quarterback tonight.
No, they're going to lose.
What do you do?
I mean, they're going to lose, right?
And like, coming into the game, everybody's like, well, but Green Bay is down their entire running back crew. But does that matter? Because at least you have some offense with Aaron Rodgers and his receiving core. This is where we thought we would be this far into the season in a year in which a lot of players cannot play because of COVID regulations. And this game sums it up 100%.
Trent Williams, thank you.
Thank you.
He's a big 49ers fan.
Yes, Trent Williams is also out. And it's like, dude, I mean, you're down to maybe Jordan Reed, maybe Ross Dwelly as your tight end as a fill-in for Kittle, which Ross Dwelly's played well in the past when Kittle's gone down. But then I don't know about the wide receivers.
But you think this game is going to happen tonight?
Kendrick Bourne can't play.
But you think the game will still continue? You don't think they'll try to reschedule it till a second game on Monday
this game is going
Tuesday?
To go on. They've isolated those players. They're like, you know what? This is what you guys knew had to happen. So I don't know. I don't think. I think Vegas has taken like bets off the board for tonight's game. Like they're not even going to touch it because it's just too much. There's too many question marks, which could make for a fabulous Thursday night football game, like one that is very fun to watch.
Sometimes these games happen, and I'm excited to watch this game. Well, there's a lot of duds, but even those duds this year have seemed to turn out to be pretty entertaining. So,
things we didn't get to in hashtag form with Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Coming up this weekend, it's the hashtag Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2020 virtual edition. And everybody seems to be pretty happy about it. Michael McDonald, who spent a lot of time, I should say, away from the Doobie Brothers, seems to be pretty happy that he's going in with the Brothers Doobie.
Being a Doobie Brother represents some of the best years of my life. So being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame tonight with these guys makes it all the more special for me.
Is that
what?
Is that BS or is that Is he towing the company line, or do you believe that he truly feels that this is one of the greatest honors?
It's just talk. I mean, you have to say that. You can't say, whatever.
He's towing the company line, right? I mean, it's, you know what I mean, right? Like when you go out there and you have to really talk good about your company so you don't get fired.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't matter to him. But no, I think, honestly, if he had more to say, if he had more personal stories, then maybe.
Perhaps. I don't know. You know me and the Doobie Brothers and Michael McDonald. I'm not sure if that is a proper placement. Like everybody likes to argue when, I don't know, Michael Jackson gets inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something along those lines. I don't know about the Doobie Brothers' contribution, but that's fine. To each their own.
I like the Doobie Brothers.
I know you do.
I'm
like
a big
Michael
fan
McDonald.
of Michael McDonald. So they're going in with Depeche Mode, Whitney Houston.
He grunts the songs that the whole world sings. Like
he grunts. No, he's not.
Neil
a grunter.
Diamond wrote the songs that the whole world sings, and Michael McDonald grunts the songs.
He's not a grunter. He's like,
No, he just does it in a falsetto. It's the weirdest singing voice
It's
I've
funny
ever
when
heard.
you listen to him, you would never know that he sings like that. I love the voice. It's one of my
I
favorites.
know, when he talks, it's like playing
Normal.
talking again. He's like deep, gravelly voice.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty
Being a
normal.
Doobie Brother represents some of the best years of my life. So being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame tonight with these guys makes it all the more special for me.
9 Inch Nails are going in, and the Notorious B.I.G., T-Rex, and then a couple people I've never heard of.
So get this. I was on a wormhole on the internet. Okay. And I came up across a list because I don't even know what we were talking about earlier. Oh, it was the donut shops. So the donut shops came up, and I was on Ranker. And then for some reason, today is Redhead Appreciation Day too. So then they were like, I ran across a list of celebrities that were the most attractive redheads.
Oh, it's the girl from Easy A.
She's number 2 on the list. There was somebody else that was in.
What's her name?
The girl that was in Emma Stone.
Yeah, Emma Stone.
The girl that was in House of Cards came up as number 1 on the list, according to people on Ranker.
I haven't seen that show in years.
I forget her name. But then I ran across another list that said it was celebrities who live in...
Zoe Barnes? She's a redhead?
Yeah, that was her name. Yeah.
The little tiny girl that worked for the newspaper?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was a brunette.
No, I think in the show she was a brunette, but I think in real life she's a redhead.
Wow, she's way better looking as a redhead. I mean, even better.
So I ran across that list, and then there was a list on the side, and it was a list of celebrities that live in Los Feliz, and I was like, what?
Where?
Los Feliz. It's
What the hell is
down in Los Angeles.
Los Feliz.
So
I'm from, not Los Angeles, I'm from Los
So then I was
Feliz.
like, wait a minute, is there a list of celebrities who live in San Luis Obispo? And that did not come up, but there was one that was a list of celebrities who live in Ojai. And we widely reported for years that Ted Levine, who was Buffalo Bill on Silence of the Lambs, lived in
Santa Margarita.
Pozo, yeah, or out near Pozo, yeah, ranch
Yeah,
up,
above
near
the
Pozo.
lake, yeah.
And it's funny because in the picture that they show on Ranker, it says he's wearing a hat that says Santa Margarita Mercantile and Company, and then it says Santa Margarita, California on that hat that he's wearing on Ranker. But they report that he lives in Ojai. Now, that's strange, right? But then what is stranger is, you know who else lives in Ojai? Anthony Hopkins lives in Ojai. So what if you are going out to breakfast in Ojai and you're like sitting there and there is Hannibal Lecter and Buffalo Bill sitting there eating breakfast together?
What would they be eating? Like rare steak?
Well, you know.
Tartare.
What is it? Kidney beans followed up with a
Fava beans. It's fava beans,
Fava
Jeff.
beans with a fine Chianti. I mean, come on. What are the odds? Buffalo Bill and Hannibal Lecter live in Ojai?
That would be the greatest.
I'm never going to Ojai. Like the restaurant owners would be like, hey, guys, you can't come here and eat together on the same day.
I'm Buffalo Bill. I'm calling up Anthony Hopkins. I'm like, dude, we got to go have breakfast together. We got to mess with some people.
Like all the time on the busiest weekends of the year when most tourists come to Ojai.
Oh, Gun Guy Garrett says Buffalo Bill moved about 2 years ago. I want to say I remember him leaving. It was a couple years ago. Our buddy Mike Moreno, who worked here and did the radio for the for Cal Poly. I'm sorry, did the announcing for Cal Poly. Was friends with him and got him on. And we talked to him.
Yeah,
and super nice, cool guy. But yeah, I think I do remember him moving. So maybe now they both live in Ojai.
That is crazy.
A place I've never been. How do you get there, by the way? Is it off the back road to Santa Barbara?
You take a 101 down to right at Ventura, and you take a left.
Okay.
Or there's another back way you can go to by Lake Casitas.
Let's see here. Oh, one more thing. Hashtag Huntington Beach bad boy becomes Huntington Beach councilman. The one and only. You know who the Huntington Beach bad boy is, right? Tito Ortiz. He won a city council seat in Huntington Beach. And so he's going from the UFC to the city council.
I think
we've talked to Tito a couple of times.
I hope things don't get heated in that council chamber.
I get he's a good politician because, I mean, he was a great speaker. And, you know, every time we had him on, I always thought, wow, compared to Chuck, he can really deliver, you know, a message.
Yes, he's a good talker.
Yeah. So, and I guess, yeah, if you disagree with him, he'll just knock you out. So you don't want to do that.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy here. It's KZOZ online at KZOZ.com. Listen live. Join us on Facebook for the bonus break coming up here at 10 o'clock this morning. We're going to be kicking it with Refined Distillery, talking about cocktails like we've done on our happy hours before, our 501 parties. We'll be doing that coming up at 10 o'clock this morning. And at 10:15, you can get the podcasts on your podcast player if you subscribe. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. All right, Charisse, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Seth is here. We got Camo from his home in Paso Robles. And go ahead, Camo, with the question.
So today, Jeremy compared his favorite donut to a boat. What is that boat?
Oh, you didn't say. I didn't think you said boat. I thought it was a battleship, wasn't it? Do I have to have the name?
You have to have the name, yes.
Was it the Bismarck?
Yes, it was the Bismarck.
Yes.
Nice job, you're a winner. Congratulations. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was very awkward.
Sink the Bismarck. Right.
Yeah, do you remember that battleship?
Oh, yeah.
The Bismarck?
Yeah, they made a song about it.
Yeah, was that World War I or II?
That was one.
That was
Bismarck.
One, yeah. So, yeah, and it's the, you know what donut we're talking about, right? It's the vanilla cream. I think it's Bavarian cream filled donut with
that's
chocolate on it.
It's
the best.
Hands down. I get the same thing every time because I like it.
Have you ever eaten two? Because you were hungry and you thought you could do it, and then that custard catches up with you.
No, it's the richness kind of tells me don't.
Yeah.
It's like it would be too much of a good thing, I think.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations. You got $20 to go to Federico's Fresh Mex downtown Slow, okay?
Thank you.
Hold on, Charisse. We'll get you all set to go there. So, favorite donut is Bismarck. Yeah. What about you, Camo? We never got yours.
I'm super boring. I like a chocolate bar.
Oh, like a maple bar but chocolate?
But you can't beat the traditional glazed.
Yeah. Or glazed, or like just like the round ones with chocolate on it.
Yeah,
it's called a donut.
I don't know if we got them all on here, but we've got, what about a raised donut with an R? Jeff says, I don't know what that is.
I looked it up. It's, they use yeast in it, so it's more bread-like.
Okay, okay.
Doughier, fluffier.
He did,
yeah.
Okay. The glazed is probably, honestly, my go-to.
Well, let's be honest.
If it's good.
There's not a donut I don't like, really. I mean, usually you go through the dozen, and what's the last one usually left?
Maple?
Maple bar, yep. Seems like, to me anyway, in my experience. We get plenty of donuts here.
I would say sprinkles.
Think so? Well, they're like glitter. They get everywhere.
Or the cake
they last
donuts.
for a while.
Or the ones that just have cinnamon on them. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of a darker donut with cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah, again.
Come on.
The real thick ones.
It's like you might as well put some bran in
I
there.
think those
like
for dipping, I think.
Yeah, we were asking you what's the best donut shop. We got a bunch of them. I like Travis just said all of them. I would agree.
I'm with him there.
Kelsey says Twisted and Glazed.
Twisted and Glazed.
I don't know
it
where
sounds
that's
like
at.
Crispy.
They're
cream.
pretty good. I personally think they're a little expensive, but they're pretty good.
Getting a lot for Sunshine Donuts. I know they're in Slow.
We got a little shop up in Templeton. I think it's called Templeton Donuts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As long as they're fresh, they're pretty good, right? Slow Doco's getting a lot. Mine is Krispy Kreme.
You know, they're too sugary. There's too much, too gooey for me anyway.
Really?
I think,
it melts in your mouth. I don't
Not
know.
in your
I love
hand.
that damn thing. All right.
I go to Dolly's in Paso all the time. That's my go-to.
Gosh, you guys are all up on the donuts. We have one over by my house in the, I call it the Oak Park Shopping Center there in Pismo.
You can't think of the name.
But
see
I
you
think it's
looking
just
at the
called
sky.
donuts. I think it's just called donuts.
Oh,
I mean, I think
clever
this is
name.
donuts.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you need. Pizza.
It's
donuts.
probably Pismo Donuts. I don't know.
You don't need
Okay, so the reason Jeff isn't here right now is he had to go get ready, the studio ready. He's taken one for the team. We're about ready to go hang out with the folks from Refined here in about 12 minutes on Facebook. Go to our KZOZ Facebook page. You can check it out. We're talking cocktails. It's just going to be something quick. We're going to go over a cocktail to make for the holidays. It's called Red Velvet.
Oh, yeah, with the gin,
Red Velvet cake. Yeah, it's got gin in it. Every time we do one of these things with them, it's phenomenal. I mean, I was never a big booze drinker because it was always so boozy. But the way they make these recipes, you don't even. I mean, you feel the booze, you taste the booze.
That was the
but
thing.
it's
Like
so
with the
smooth.
Long Island tea, you wouldn't really taste it, and all of a sudden, whoa, yeah. So that's how it should be. It shouldn't cause pain or whatever, make you make a face. Yeah,
that's awesome. I haven't heard that for a long time. I worked at a sports bar in the late '90s, and all the women drank Long Island.
They used to pre-mix them at the grad and just have them in a little spray thing.
Put them over ice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So anyways, you can check that out. It's called the Jeff and Jeremy Bonus Break. It'll be up on our Facebook page here right at 10 o'clock, 10:15 if you follow us in the podcast world. All right?
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.